welcome back to my channel. As you can see behind me, this is not my home office in San Francisco, but it currently is my office away from home. This is also sometimes my current office when I'm not ready to get out of bed yet, but I still got a ton of emails to get to. And this cafe, which is right around the corner from where I'm staying, has the fastest Wi-Fi in the area, so I like to come here when I need to upload massive files like videos. So, where am I? I am in Tulum, Mexico, and I'm doing this video because I thought it would be an appropriate place to do it, given that many people, including a lot of my freelancer friends and now me, are coming to Tulum during this time to work remotely. But before we get started, I want to thank LifeStraw for sponsoring this video. Friends, these images aren't new to us. We know the damage plastic waste is doing to our environment, our animals, and our bodies. I've been a longtime user of LifeStraw, and I'm really excited to be partnering with them today. The LifeStraw Home is a next-generation premium water filter. It's a 7-cup BPA-free pitcher designed to improve the taste of your water and protect against more than 30 contaminants. The long-lasting membrane microfilter is the only home filter that protects against bacteria, parasites, and microplastics. The activated carbon and ion exchange filter protects against lead, mercury, other heavy metals, and a variety of chemicals, including chlorine and PFAS, pesticides and herbicides, dirt, sand, and cloudiness. We want none of that in our drinking water. It's a sleek design with an easy fill lid. This is seriously one of the greatest solutions to date to living sustainably and to stop buying plastic water bottles so you can do good for your household, for the environment, and for the world. For every LifeStraw product purchased, a school child in need receives safe water for an entire school year. So you're not only contributing to a lifestyle with less plastic, you are also helping children in need of clean, safe water around the world. Okay, everyone, so today I'm going to be answering a question from a viewer I got on Instagram. This viewer said to me, I just found you on YouTube for the first time because I'm about to solo travel to Tanzania, so I saw your how to travel solo video pop up, which is right here if you want to save it for reference later. But I have one thing that's holding me back still, my jobs. It seems I am on the same timeline as you were for your first solo trip out of San Francisco. I too just graduated college like you had back then, got a big girl job, but now realize all I want to do is travel. So did you quit your job in order to do that, or did you work together on how to do the trip with your bosses? She goes on to explain her current situation with her job. So this is a question I do get a lot, and Lindsay, thank you for asking me so that I could finally put it into words and make a video for all of you guys who are wondering the same thing, almost along the same lines here. Because like you, I too was in that very similar position. I was working in tech in San Francisco. I loved it. It's such an amazing opportunity to be able to work in a tech job in San Francisco. But I also realized that I just really want to travel. And what that meant is I wanted location independence. So there's a lot of paths you can take here. There's so much more opportunity now to be working remotely than there was 10 years ago. So I know that it might be difficult to imagine quitting your job to travel, but what if you just changed jobs and it still allowed you to travel the world and live this kind of lifestyle with location independence? So I've been working online while traveling the world for the last 4 years now. My job has many names. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a content creator, I'm a photographer, a videographer, I'm a social media influencer, but when I started doing this, influencer was not a term yet. But what this all really means is that I'm a digital marketing freelancer, and how I make money is by partnering my brand with other brands that make sense and that are the right fit. That's how I work as a digital nomad in a nutshell, okay? So if this is something that entices you, let's talk about 4 main ways digital nomads are making money online, aka 4 ways you can work as a digital nomad and make money online, so that you can also have the opportunity to be wherever you want in the world, so long as there's Wi-Fi. So let's start with opportunity number 1. Land a remote job with a remote company. We are now living in a world where everyone realizes that almost anyone can work remote. This is one of the biggest things that the pandemic has changed for us, that remote work is entirely possible and even favorable. And believe it or not, there were a ton of companies before the pandemic that were completely remote companies already. They operated fully remote, meaning they don't have an office, and they have a distributed team which works in various places from all over the world. These workers work from different co-working spaces, cafes, from their living room, simply working wherever they want, again, as long as they have Wi-Fi. When I was working in tech in San Francisco, before I started making videos on YouTube, I would spend countless hours researching the heck out of remote companies and remote job websites. Even though I never ended up applying to any of these companies or websites, I researched what it takes to be working remotely from a fully operated remote company. Some iconic companies that operate remote include Buffer. They are an online tool for social media management. Automatic, these are the creators of WordPress. And TopTool. This company hires the top 3% of freelancers. And then here is a larger list of remote job websites. I still subscribe to some of these and I get the newsletters because I like keeping a pulse on the remote job market. Remotive.io, remote.com, weworkremotely.com, nodesk.co, remoteok.io, www.workingnomads.com. The first step to getting one of these remote jobs is you have to develop a skill set. You might have these skills already, maybe you've already worked at a company or two, or you might be starting from scratch, which both are totally fine. There are two ways you can go about building your skill set. You can find online courses, some are free, some are paid, or you can get a formal education, but this is gonna take much longer and also a lot more money. Just remember that remote companies hire a variety of positions the same way 9-to-5 hire a variety of positions. So if this is something that interests you, I recommend that you look through those websites and see if something fits your skill set or if there's something that you maybe want to work towards. These websites are really good to reference, especially if you're thinking about going into that digital nomad lifestyle, and try and do a little bit more research on fully remote companies. Opportunity number 2 is become a freelancer. So the next and probably one of the most popular ways to make money online right now is by freelancing. Freelancing has its pros and cons for sure, but this is what it can offer you. First off, start freelancing on the side of your 9-to-5 and build it up as a side hustle. This means by the time you're ready to quit your 9-to-5, you already have somewhat of a consistent stream of income, or at least you have a skill set that you can really start to develop. With freelancing, you get to work with a variety of clients, sometimes all over the world, so that keeps it really interesting. The best part about this is you can work anywhere you want, whether that's a different country or just straight up working in your PJs from bed. You can decide to be in one place for 2 weeks or 6 months. This is my favorite aspect of freelance. You are your own boss, which does have its pros and cons. You are ultimately responsible for your own successes and your own failures, but you can work wherever you want, when you want, charge whatever you want. Yes, you decide when you get a raise, and you have ultimate freedom. Freelancers are basically the same thing as independent contractors. If you do go this route, keep in mind that your clients are employers, which means for us freelancers, there's no health coverage, so you have to pay for your own personal health insurance. You don't get paid for sick days. You don't get paid for vacation days. Also, you pay for your own computer, equipment, services, software, everything else that you need. As a freelancer, your costs and your skills are a huge part of how you determine your rates. The majority of digital nomads and the location independent professionals that you might see living the dream on Instagram are all freelancers. If you decide to go the freelance route, this obviously takes a lot more time. Make sure that you know that you're gonna take the time to work on developing your skill set or developing your side hustle during your 9-to-5. Opportunity number 3 is build a personal brand with multiple income streams. If you want to take your freelancing ideas to the next level, then another way that digital nomads make money online is by building their personal brand. This requires a lot of patience, so be patient with yourself. It requires a lot of time, think 10,000 hours or more, because it takes a lot of time to build your personal brand. I've been working on building my personal brand for the last 4 years, and I'm still doing everything I can every single day to improve my brand and get better at my content. Here's how to do it in a very short 2-minute explanation. First, pick a topic. First things first. The easiest and most accessible way to start building your personal brand is on social media. If you need help picking your topic and just need some beginner info on how to get started on YouTube and how to improve your Instagram game and gain more followers, I've made several videos on these topics, which you can watch here, and here. I'm gonna link them, and I'm gonna link them in the description below. So click on those and save them for after this video. Next is pick 2 platforms to share your content on. You could create a YouTube channel and you could focus on Instagram, which is how I started working on my personal brand. You could create an Instagram and write a personal blog, which a lot of my friends do. But either way, having 2 or more social media platforms will fuel both of them together. And then eventually you can like start adding one and another once you get the hang of the first 2. The last thing is, yes, you can actually do this. I say this a lot, but there is plenty of room for all of us to create content online. So yes, you can do it. Once you build up a personal brand, you become an authority on that topic. People look at you as that person who knows everything about that topic. And I'm here to tell you it does not take a huge following to get there, okay? But once that happens, you can then make money in so many different ways, like online products like courses, ebooks, affiliate links, sponsored content where you can then partner with brands and they can pay you to write about them or mention them in your videos, press trips. This is more for journalists, travel bloggers, and travel vloggers. Tourism boards will pay you to go on these trips that highlight different activities or excursions in a country. Coaching and consulting. Once you're established as an expert on a certain topic, people see you as the go-to person. People will then pay you to coach them or mentor them to achieve what you've achieved. You could even be hired by companies to consult them based on your own expertise. Again, this is all a long-term strategy that can take months, sometimes even years to achieve. But it is an incredibly fulfilling long-term plan, and there are endless opportunities once you become an expert on a certain topic. Opportunity number 4 is start your own business. This is probably the most challenging thing to get started because it requires a lot of time or money resources to get off the ground. This could be a product, a service, whatever it is that you might like. It's kind of a balance between where your skills and passions lie and maybe whatever problem you might want to solve for other people. So here are some things to consider if you are thinking about going down the starting a business route. What is your why? If your why is motivated by money, status, or maybe something else that's superficial, you might fail before you even had a chance to try. Think about what you are selling and what problem are you helping people solve. Go as deep as you possibly can with these considerations. Entrepreneurship is like an emotional roller coaster, and if you do not have a true deep purpose for what you are doing, chances are you'll probably give up. So those are 4 of the biggest opportunities right now in which you can make money online, working as a digital nomad, being completely remote, having location independence. Most of my friends are actually freelancers. If digital nomadry does interest you, then what I would do first and foremost really is to keep your current job that you have right now and think about what kind of skill set you want to develop and try to start developing it as a side hustle. Like think about putting yourself through like night classes aside from your current job now, and really like try everything out. You could try coding, writing, graphic design. There are so many online resources these days that you can literally look through just a dozen different industries and choose which ones you want to take. YouTube is like one of the best free resources just to learn the basics of like whatever industry you're thinking about. So comment below, you guys, what do you think about this video? Or what job would entice you about being location independent? And is that something that you're interested in? Do you like being able to work remotely or working from your own home or working from wherever you want? Or do you thrive in a collaborative environment where every day you are seeing your team and seeing people face to face? Once, you know, everyone starts going back to work, maybe at the end of hopefully the fall of this year, maybe the end of this year, hopefully for sure by 2022, we can have a really cool mix of being able to work remotely and also being able to see our teammates every you know, every day or every other day or so. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you all for being here, and hit me up on Instagram, say hello, and I'll see you next time. Still taking on the world.